to use no-cut solution is very easy for all of you. The programming for the channel, like the basic, for the channel, basic channel for controlling lighting, controlling shading, controlling AC is the same. And for doorbell, if you have, is also the same. So what is the difference is you have to go to other, and for the scenario is the same. And because we are using no-cut solution, so we just have two type, the no-cut and gas-cut. Okay, because no-cut solution is okay, I want to explain more and then later show you how to configure, because for solution is very important for all of you to know it as well. So let me open the structures to talk again, to explain it more for no-cut solution, because programming is easy. Solution. No matter if you are connecting the door lock we integrated like Vinca, or just put a door magnetic here, to make the system send a signal to the system to let you know if the door is open or not. So after this, now let me introduce the solution first. If we use no-cut solution, I think most of you know that after I checked in the reception desk, if I am the guest to the hotel, so our HDL solution is when you go to open the door and then close the door, the sensor in here detects that you are in the room. Means detect if it's presence, detect your presence. If it's motion, detects motion. Then the two condition meet. Two condition. Condition one, door open. Condition one, door open. Plus condition two, open and then close, because you have to close the door. Condition two, and then sensor detects motion.
Really?
Detects existence. Let's say this existence. And then it will trigger the welcome scene. So it will trigger the welcome scenario. Okay. Then it will trigger the welcome scenario. Welcome scenario. So this is condition. The condition. Sorry, I have to mute.
Okay,
Okay, so the condition to trigger the card. So just need to open the door and detect someone is in the room. Then we'll trigger the welcome scene. So that's why we say it's no-cut solution. No need to plug the card holder in the card. And so I think for this part, for trigger power, there is no question for all of you. But what you want to ask me is, because it has been frequently asked, so I want to explain more. And then to trigger no-cut, then must, first of all, it also needs two conditions too. Door open, condition one, is the same. Condition one, door open, and then close. And the condition two, door sensor detects no movement. No one in the room, detects no one in the room. So this is the condition to trigger no car. No car means get power. No power, then became no power in the room. Okay, I think in here you still have no question. But what I mentioned is, what if you and your wife go to stay in the hotel, like you go to another country to do some visit, because your wife, after a long flight trip, she is very tired, so she sleep in here. Okay, she is in here sleeping, and you think you are not tired, and then you want to drink a cup of coffee or something, then she is sleeping and not move for a very long time, very long time. Then, but our delay to trigger the no car solution, for example, is after 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, or you can make it be 1 hour, 6 minutes, because it depends on you. 6 minutes, then it will get to no car power, because she is sleeping in here and not moving for a very long time, like 30 minutes. And then because you want to drink coffee, so you open the door and close the door. Then as she didn't move in here, so what will happen if after 30 minutes, no detection, because the sensor cannot detect the movement? So it will goes to no power, right? The whole system goes to no power. Then I think if no car solution has such things happen, you will feel that this hotel is not that smart, it's not working, everything. You may think like that. So I know that third party, our competitors, their solution is, okay, their solution is like, we can put a sensor in here near the bed. So like presence sensor. So as your wife is staying in here, sleeping, not moving, or just make the sensor active when she wake up. For example, because it's acceptable when you go out and she is sleeping, and after 30 minutes, the light, the TV, the AC in the room will turn off. It's acceptable. So they want our competitor's solution is, when the sensor detects, for example, she wake up, move, then the sensor detects it's moving, detects she's moving, and then will restore to the last status before she sleep. It's our competitor's way. We can make this too. But according our experience to make a solution for a lot of Marriott hotel and the Accor hotel, our solution is not like this. Guys, do you remember yesterday I mentioned in the bedside, we will have panel in this panel, and then our solution is through programming. Okay, for example, you go out, your wife stay in the hotel, so you go out, open and close the door. After a long time, the sensor detects nobody here, then it will turn off the lights, the main light, and just leave a light, just in case it's too dark, small light. And then when she wake up, because by instinct, for example, if you lie in the bed and when you wake up, you find that there is it's all dark, everything turned off. When you move, I think by instinct you will push the panel in the bedside. No need anyone to teach you, because when you wake up, you want light, then you will go to touch the panel. So our solution is through. So when she wake up, then no matter what kind of button she touch the panel, no matter what kind of button, curtain, AC, anything, just she touch one button in the panel, the system will automatically restore to the last status before she sleep. We make this is because we have make solution for a great many hotel. It will avoid a situation is, for example, I'm sleeping. For example, your wife is sleeping here. She sleep very well, but maybe she has a dream or just a move. Because it's hard to judge if when she sleep like sleep still, not moving, or just like somebody move around like this. It will avoid the situation like when the sensor detects any movement, then the whole system will recover to the last status. So by this, will avoid such situation. We have many experience about this, but if you want to leave the sensor active all the time, it's okay. We can help you make. You just need to tell us before you have a hotel. But the popular way in our hotel solution is this one. It's because for example, when you sleep very well and when you wake up, the light is off. By instinct, you will touch the panel. Okay, so that's our solution for no car. Okay, may I know if there is any questions? If no questions, then means you are clear about the solution. Then we can go to programming. Okay. Let me wait 2 minutes. If no question, we can go on. How we, yeah, no, our firmware will do that. Firmware, you just need to select different firmware. And with RCU Lite, it's by default has that function. RCU Lite by default has that function. And later I will show you how to make the programming. Okay. For home. No, for home. We haven't used this for home before. It depends. By theory, it can use in the home, but I am not sure. Then if you use in the home, you cannot use our mobile app because RCU is designed for hotel. Yeah, working with hotels. But if you want to use with the home, then no mobile app you can control the home devices. because RCU it's just for hotel. RCU Lite, because it's designed for economy hotel. RCU Lite is just for hotel. Yeah, asking for disable the sensor for turn on the light. Yeah, please contact. Because today I will not show. We have menu. You can contact support for the menu. Contact support for the menu. Okay. Okay, now let's go to see what is the difference between no-card solution, the programming. Because as I mentioned, for scenario and the scene is the same. For advanced, it's the same too. But for advanced, here, you no need to use 3.1 because we are using no-card solution. As I mentioned, we must enable these two and trigger the goodbye scenario and click save. Okay, this programming is the same. Only difference is please go to extended settings here. We have to change this one to be without card. Without card. Okay, to be without card. Then no need card reader anymore because we use without card. Then please see here the door entry detection delay. If you want, when you open the door, there is some delay, you can put here. Normally, no need. And unmanned continuous detection time means, for example, I want to trigger to turn off the power after how many times. For example, I want it's because it's seconds. I want it to be like 10 minutes to trigger if no sensor detects there is no one in the room for 10 minutes, and then will trigger no power. So now let's enter here. But today we are just do the test. If you want 10 minutes, you have to enter this one. 10 minutes. But today we are just a test. So let's say just 10 seconds. If detects no one for 10 seconds, then we will trigger the no card. In the continuous detection time with action. Then, for example, in order to avoid mistriggering, then you have like you want when you open the door and close the door, you want the sensor detect there is someone in the room more than 5 seconds, then trigger the power. So you can enter 5 here. Normally, this time must be greater than the sensor because the sensor may take time to react. For example, if you can if you are using our 8-in-1 sensor, you can see when you detect people and after how many times no detection. For example, after 2 seconds, it will go to no motion. If it's 2 seconds, then we put a 5 here is enough. So if there when detect people for more than 5 seconds, you think there is someone here, then you can enter 5 here. If you want, if you don't want you don't mind mistriggering, you can ignore it. And the delay, one leaf. If you want one leaf some delay, then you can put here. After this, then we select no car and then the sensor. If you are using like here, we'll have internal sensor or external sensor. Internal sensor is the one dry contact sensor because our RCU Lite has dry contact too, right? because in China, a lot of clients want to use dry contact sensor. So if you use third-party dry contact sensor, you can enable it to be dry contact sensor. Okay. Then enter the dry contact number the sensor connected to. But for overseas clients, I know our friends wants to use like our 8-in-1 sensor, 7-in-1 sensor, and the present occupancy plus sensor. So we can select the external sensor and then enter the subnet ID and device ID of the sensor. Okay, enter the subnet ID and device and make a remark. Okay. Because I don't have a sensor here, I just show you PIR sensor. Then you have to enter, for example, the sensor's number is 109. And this trend must enter 202 is by default 202 by default 202. This one is by default 202. Okay, by default 202. And then after we make the sensor, we have to set the door to enable like door for door. And then door for normally the door will connect with the example to control the door magnetic. Then we will know if the door is open or closed. And then after we set this, we have to go to the sensor because the sensor must trigger targets. Okay, then click Save. Okay, because I don't have a sensor in here. Now I can go to device catalog to add one to show you how to do the programming. Now let's get to the sensor, like let me select this one, 8-in-1 sensor. Let me add one and change the model number. Sensors. Okay, you can see we can go here and change it. For example, change it to it's just a remark. We can change the subnet ID and device ID. Okay, because there is no real device, I cannot change, but you can change. Follow me 100. Okay, but that's not important. You just need to know. And then we go to logic setting, go to PIR, enable, like for detection, just make a remark. And then when detect movement, then trigger to, okay, then add, when should add, you just need to use universal switch 202. Because in that we use 202, so 202 add on. And when false, add the universal switch 202 off. Then finish the programming. So this is for if you are using our like protocol sensor, bus pro sensor, so it's fixed to be 202. The model number is fixed to be 202, and then finished the programming. And if you want test, I can give you the project file to test. So that's the programming. And after this, you can open the door, and when detect your presence, it will trigger the power for you. So this one, the only difference between car solution and no car solution is in the extending. You select card or without card, and the without card you have to enter this, and this one is fixed 202. And dry contact type, it depends on if it's normally open or normally closed. Then finish. All finished. And to use IHMS is the same. So that's how to do the programming. And I have project file I will share with all of you. You can later test. I'm sorry, because no stock in the factory for the sensor. For this one I want to use. So I didn't get it. I cannot show you, but the programming is like this. Okay, so that's all about it. May I know if there is any questions? Because I'm not sure if I have make it clear. Okay, guys, if no questions for no car solution, then we finished the training for it. And because as yesterday I mentioned that our RCU Lite has a built-in timer. So in the function page here, we'll have a logic setting, just like our logic module. So for example, I can create a condition. For example, at 6 o'clock, just as a 6 o'clock input condition, like I can set at 6 o'clock. Okay, disable, and the condition is time. For example, time point 6 o'clock every morning. Just it's the same like our logic module 6, and the targets. But the targets here can only be the scenario in here, can only trigger the scenario. So it has a timer, but can only trigger the scenario because yesterday I didn't mention this. Can only trigger the scene here, scenario here. Okay, so we can just add a condition. Output scene. Okay, click here, match scenario mode. Then we can just match the scenario. And so it's like, but it can only, okay. Oh, the scenario must match in the remark. Output scene. Sorry, this one I didn't try before. I will record a small video to show you how to add the scenario explanation. It has been changed a little bit. Before you just right click and add the targets, but when I click here, Add the scenario mode to the key by matching the remark. I will confirm this and update you in the video link. Okay, so that's all about it. If no questions for today, we will finish the training now. And later, tomorrow, I promise tomorrow I will share with you guys all the video link, material used during the training, and the software used during the training. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Nice. Thank you, Taras. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day or have a nice night. Bye-bye.